Ta-da! So welcome to Mobile Testing Survival Knowledge Part 3. I hope you guys all have a good holiday. And today we will talk about type of application and comparison web and native application. And actually I need to really talk to you about mobile web technology, because people take this subject too easy, and I want to show you what really is going on in industry. So as usual, we cover some interview question and answer in between. Mobile class 3, yes. Okay, I know some of you already was kind of confused from this type of application, and it's why this I think it's important subject, because depends on what mobile application we're talking about. We have some specific testing which we need to really highlight during interview already, and you also can watch this when you see requirements or job description. So it will be like for you red flag what exactly company looking for. Then you can specify and edge your interview around it. Okay, so here's this example of mobile website and standard website. What is this for? You know, the difference between mobile and standard PC website. So first, at the first place, mobile website is always reducing and simplifying on content. The second thing, it's minimizing of code and increasing of loading speeds usually. Altogether, we also have simplification of text input and navigation because of mobile device. So everything is running towards user-friendly, so usability things. You see all around all the special links for you. I do not force you as usual, but I highly recommend, you know, this if you're interested and want to have some explorations, and specifically how this web mobile site could be tested. So if you have a time, if you're not overloaded with our project, please go to this link and explore things. So if you have a question, you can reach me always over the Skype or over our collective email. So what is mobile application? I mean, literally, mobile application is software that run on a handheld device and which connected to Wi-Fi, have internet, and device should have some kind of operating system. But now it's questionable, because when next year we will get hands on Firefox operating system and Firefox devices that run in an operation system straight from web, maybe this definition will be quite changed. So, but right now it's like a classical version. Nowadays, mobile application interchangeable with native mobile application as well. So that you will see a lot of articles when you search through the internet, like web mobile versus mobile apps. So in this case, they exactly compare web mobile with native mobile application. Web apps originally was intended just for simple purposes like email, calendar, contact base. Do you really need to know all this definition? It's nice to have this in your memory, but if you don't remember all what you really need to do, yes, we're recording this class, don't worry. So just give some example. Example is always count for the right answer. So how the not messed up? Because first application was, as I just told you, email, contact base, schedule, something. All right, take some culture and time app or politic fact showcase app, something like Netflix manager showcase app. Boom, it's a good example of mobile apps. So what is a native mobile apps? It's a one that's specifically designed to run on a specific device. So typically it's need to be adapted to different devices. A good example, so we use specific SDK, we use special tools and languages. Actually, it's normally provided by a platform vendor. And I give you a couple examples. If we're talking about some iOS applications, so native application for iOS, then we will use Xcode, Objective-C as a language. So if we use Eclipse and Java, then it will be some native application for Android, Visual Studio and C, then we're talking about Windows Phone. The best example we have here, like these people confused in the beginning, we have two types of native application. Or, you can give two examples. All right, very easy to think about. When you buy some phone, you already have some preset application within. More likely this it's a logical, then all of this application will be considered native. So this think about clock, video, music, whatever. So photos, so then some organized in calendar, calculator. So all this example of native application, it's a preset application that comes with your device. So another story, then you have some application that you download, so through the different app store. So every time you download, every time you need not the person who created this application need your permission so to update or give you new version, or you need to buy new version. So that means that it's a native application that was created specifically for your device, for your platform and system. Another indication that native application can work offline. So then it's literally every time you install on your device, it's somewhere, it could be different places, but it's somewhere is stored on your device. In every update is still storing somewhere on your device. So this is all indication of native mobile application. All right, so here's some example. I give you like a bunch of names, and always is good to bring some, I don't know, just a specific name, and on this specific name to talk about native application. So think about Angry Birds that create for different platforms, for tablets and for phones. So think about Evernote, and it's some fancy stuff. Then you will use to make notes. So, but you download this through the store. Okay. So next one is what is a web mobile application? It's called also browser application, and it's one of those then software is downloaded from the web each time it's run. So to run web mobile application, you need 100% to have access to internet, and more likely you will do this not through the store but through the browser. So you open browser, ta-da, so you type your URL, or you have in your bookmarks, in your favorites, and you're there. Web mobile application, it's server side apps, and we have like multiple server side apps. So built, oops, what happened here? So built with any server-side technology like PHP or Node or JavaScript or ASP.NET. So and it's render style HTML to fit well device form factor. Good things about web, then you just create this once and use for many. So it's eliminate fragmentation issue. It's why this it's so popular still. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Where I am. So what is example of mobile web application? This my favorite is any like retail or restaurants, so frequently updates sites, or we can take news. News is a very good example, so like BBC, whatever, CNN. I put this one, I like it, so it's Untapped, drink socially. So it's actually this, show you like around in any place where you come, new place, unknown place. So where's the local bars or whatever, some restaurant where you can buy alcohol and where you can find your favorite drinks or some whatever, our special. So TED.com, my goodness, it's since 2007, one of my favorite, I don't know, entertainment, exploring some new technology site where you can really increase your level of consciousness, and at the same time, just find a lot of interesting information to our subject related as well. So let's see what else. Now this, it's very common question during interview. It's more likely what you expect during interview. They will not ask you like, give me definition of native or give me definition of mobile, so web application. But more likely it will be question like, so compare. What is the difference? So how are they different? And from all details then I can give you in a minute, the main things then you need to understand and need to remember. So then native apps and web apps differ not just how they made, but how they access. So we already just covered, so how they made. Native is always will use specific to platform language, SDK, framework, API, and all the special tools. So web application will be used, will be made by using, so just like in general, so HTML5, CSS, and JavaScript. So, and how they could be accessed. Web mobile application running through the internet and need active internet, so running through the browser, and native you download or install through the stores. Also, if it's in a testing mode, so you will not use a store, but you will use some special links, or special like APK, app file, or IPA files, which actually these days is easy going through the third-party installer, so like Dropbox or TestFlight. Okay, so now we still need to a little bit compare more and go in detail, because people like to bragging about and talk about. So all right, so why web mobile? So that's why you think then it's not distinguished feature, so why people still love it? So it's immediate, available. It's a main things for a web mobile application. Then you open browser, so and you don't need to wait for installation. It's just initiation. So how speedy the network connection? Boom, you're already there. So another good point is compatibility with mobile website and compatibility across devices. So and not just devices itself, but some special mobile technology like SMS or query codes. This we scan these barcodes these days more and more. Or we're talking about NFC, so near field communication. So with web mobile these days, it's easy to use URL, so and go straight forward, so to the point. Another thing then, it's upgradability. So again, yes, we can, and it's actually kind of easy if we go through the download stores. So then we can just, as a user, set up automatically update and do not worry. But, I'm still, it's not like I'm control freak, but I would like to know what updates is running, because some updates asking me or not asking me if I sign automatically and retrieve some personal information from me, like my contact base, or go to my internal files and things like that. If I don't want to, or upload my picture automatically, so this one is not really a highest desire for me. I'm not would like to be exposed to the public so much. So then I will control it. So then I need like at least couple steps every time to check what is update available, what I want to update, what I just keep it as an old version. So and things like that. If we have web mobile, then I do not worry. As a customer, as an end user, I do not worry about these things. It's just download with all update, upgrades, or fixed bugs issue, so without notifying me. Findability. Yes, we have different search engine and not just the Google. So these days it's like find different voice searches, Siri on iPhone's devices. We have some specified searches, then listed by industry, so like specific directories. And it's many points of search how to find specific apps we need, not just through the store. Sometimes in store it takes hours. I know this from the first hand. So shareability, this again, website, you know how many options you have, and it's like always somewhere in the top navigation. So to share links, to share this some special pages, images from from mobile websites if we want to. Reach. So mobile websites have broad reach. It's why it's a main objective why a lot of businesses still want to have a web mobile site, because if you don't know your target, if your target is not terminated and not established, it's low cost, it's less time, and you reach audience like, I don't know, 10,000 times bigger than you plan, to establish your target, to see who is your target. So the next point is life cycle. Mobile website cannot be deleted. I mean, from a developer, from this perspective of producer, it's a good point, because how many times this, it's actually a trick, and not too many people know about this. So we always count as an end user when we go to some store. So we always see positive number, how many people download some application. So nobody show you real number. So how many people uninstall this application and how quick. And actually this differential, so this between how many people download and how many people uninstall, it's what the real number is, this how popular is application. And all this paycheck that go to developer is based on this differential. So mobile website can be native application as well. And these days, yeah, and we will talk about, so because conversion to hybrid is like, almost distinguish difference between this two part, between web mobile application and native mobile application. So time and cost, I already mentioned that it's easy and less expensive. Less resources, it's less QA needed, so less developer needed. Support and sustainability, it's also this a good point, because if you don't want to invest, or it's your pilot project, you're not really sure, so, or it's a change of subject and adjustment, so then after initial launch, this you can really set up just properly support and development app. So to upgrade testing and everything, and doing this simultaneously in parallel, this with your application already running live. So if it's native application, it's a more complex process, then you need to prepare each new version or update. So as a team, and after submit this together, this it's always like force issue, some high time issue. So, but all in general, who really does like needed mobile web application, who use mobile web application in heavy point? Retail and shopping for communication, news, weather publishers, an application where iterative design and capture use analytics in its essential things. So this iterative design and capturing, it means this repeatable things, this over and over. Okay, so why native apps? Then who need a native? Like why we love native? First of all, so first very important point, then people use native apps for interactivity in gaming. So it's actually this nearly this 100% of the game is native, because they need integration, they need a good compatibility with another native feature of each device. So with graphic cards, with design, with sound, with audio, with all things. We also use this for personalization, like I mentioned Evernote. So it's a perfect example of native mobile application. So because if you target user and so are going to using your apps in personalized fashion, so then again, and it's a security issue. All native mobile application is more secure because you can protect your device from many different points. Complex calculation or reporting, again, we're talking about mobile banking, but not just only mobile banking. So it's why eBay most of the times correctly, so they try to heavily advertise not just web mobile version, but native version of the app. So if we need heavily use native functionality or processing required in some application or our program, so then it will be better native, such as like SMS, GPS, or photo, so camera features. So then more likely we will have this as a native application. So, and good things I already mentioned, then native application, most of the time, no connection required. Ta-da! Okay, so then here's the point. If somebody asks you, okay, what is your preference, what you will recommend it to our company, I understand, and point is you already search for the company, so you already see how far the company developed or established. So if most people find company through the search result, then the best to create this mobile version of website. If it's young, so startup, whatever, some new product, still under construction product, then better use minimum resources, minimum time, minimize the cost, and create mobile website of your existing desktop website. But if company already have a vast audience, establish a target in so this well on the market, then it's better develop native mobile applications to extend in functionality of company website. So to integrate again and accelerate all positive, so and gain from every possible things that you can get from device itself. So here is one of the slide, and I create just and you can something in the hand to print and have like handy cheating sheets during your interview. So and the next one, I 100% sure that you already heard about hybrid application. So I actually just really like this one. So it's Web plus native, and it's not love, it's a hybrid. I like this picture, so don't look for all these names. Thanks God you don't need to remember all these names. So, but what it showed, this one box is what we're looking for. Oops, not this one. So, because in one box, you have two boxes. One is the native portion of application, one is the web portion of application. Its size could be, this differ of application purposes. But the meaning of this, then, you always have some native portion of application that specifically created for device, for platform. So, and through this special API of native to native, so they connect to operating system of device and have a very good integration with all this native feature and native other native application of device. And we have also always some portion that should run always only online, so the straight from the browser, so web portion of the app. We again communicate between these two portion, native and web, through the specific API. So it's why this people like, man, what is the difference between native and hybrid? These days, it's as an end user, you will never recognize and never see the difference between. So, but what is a count? It's, on a really like a level of gray box. If we're talking about API communication, yes, API, so the strings will be different. So the naming, how they communicate with different parts will be different. So that it's not the object of our class today. I just want that you understand the concept of hybrid application. So what is important? If you cannot explain, cannot make some graphical representation of your understanding. So again, what is a count example? Give examples such as LinkedIn or Facebook. Actually, I need to take it out because now this like in iPhone so 5S, so it's already integrated. So then we already have this as native application, not as so hybrid. But LinkedIn, Twitter, Yelp, Amazon Cloud Reader, Netflix is still hybrid application. So how you will explain? Think always, give one example. You don't need all of them. Just give one example, such as in our case it will be Netflix, and explain in your own words how you understand what is a hybrid is. So then some part of Netflix will be always native, such as, I don't know, this profile, user profile, or my favorites, or advertisement. Advertisement is always native. So they want to be offline available and promote you, blah, blah, blah. So what happened in the world? So what next movie you can buy for $6.99? So it's why that will be always part of the native. So, and you will always have some part which is running straight from the browser, from the internet. Oops, it's a little bit early. And they give examples of when we are fetching movies, yeah, when we, so in a specific Netflix, then it will be exactly so this part of web portion. So, and what is all these abbreviations? Sencha, PhoneGap, Titanium, who knows? Again, for you, it's a keyword. It's actually tools. It's different tools than people use to create hybrid or work with hybrid, testing on hybrid application. Why I put this all together? Do we really can have possibly time to go through this or no? But so if in your description or job requirements you see this keyword, for you it's a red flag immediately. So aha, this company work and heavily related, so straight related to hybrid application. I better read about hybrid application so much I can. So here's a couple of links, then you can boost up your knowledge about hybrid application. So it's all what I can do, you know, this I give you direction and the rest, and I save you time. So when it's come moment of truth and you understand, you will see this word and you understand, then so you need to search deeper and find more information regarding hybrid application. All right, come back to the slide. So, and check these links. So, now we talk about web technology. You know, this people always take this very easy, and maybe it's like hard to understand and hard to explain online, but I will try. You know, the keyword is then it's a lot of services. You remember this in our first lecture, I talk about services. So involved in the creation and functioning of web platform. So we choose best platform from perspective of operating system. We're looking for website where this we actually, you know, just like transfer so modified information to convert this to mobile website version. We take best services, then it could be pre-built in our device, or, you know, this could be generated, so because we have some linked or partnerships or cooperation, and it could be somewhere there, you know, them from internet, again, some third-party sources, so then we use all the time. So to create the web platform, we're also just looking for best libraries. You remember libraries is directly relate to frameworks, how to build things. So how this it's different sources, coding sources, where developer can, you know, just as a Lego pick up pieces and create something new. So we're looking for the best design tools. I just give you a couple examples, and we're looking for rapid deployment because we don't want to. Sometimes I worked before with system where I work with utilities package. So then one, you know, deployment can take up to 2 hours. So these days we don't have time, specifically when we're talking about some update on web mobile site. So this it should be not run longer than 20 minutes. So all these components, you know, this involved to create perfect web platform. So this from where you can run and build your web mobile application. So why I brought this to you today? Because it will be part of your testing, and people always take this easy, so only from end user perspective, like user interface, and that's it. So, but it will be a little bit more, and I want to just give you direction again, so we cannot go deeper, but at least some perspective. If you come to this web design, mobile design world, then you know this. You can appreciate this in the beginning, we can say this way. So let me check. Okay, sound is okay. No sound, please. What? No sound again? So, it's hard to find, you know, this very simplistic layout, you know, where we are with web mobile technology. So I think this one is a kind of simple one. So, and you have time to come back to the slide and interact and check all the special layers then we have. So, but generally we're talking about 12 layers, 12 categories of web platform technologies. So let's start with graphics. What is, in graphics we're looking for, and also from testing point. Maybe somebody from you already knows these terms, SVG, so the scalable vector graphics. This, I will not read the text, so you will have time to review this all, but I just give you live example. As you see this here, we have raster graphics and we see vector graphics. So as a best example, if we take some Apple and Google Maps, so then we will see the difference between raster and vector. Actually, this they messed up. So Google have a raster app, so have vector graphics these days. So they change. But anyway, so this don't look for the name. So look for the objective things. So if we talk about raster in its representation right here on this picture. So what happening? Then it's a multi-shot, single shot. And every time you try to zoom a picture, it's not go smooth. It's go like peck, 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 peck. So by the single, plane, so this images. So, and it sometimes take a time. So before, when you stop finally zooming or in or zooming out, so then it's take a couple seconds before, it's focusing and you will see the sharp image. So if we have vector graphic SVG file, then at this point, we will not have all this pixel to see. Then, it will be smooth transition, so between up and down, so zooming in and zooming out. So we're using this for test, and it's a good, then you can operate with the words raster and vector graphics. So I hope half of you, if not all of you, already somehow just get a hands and got familiar with cascading style sheets. So and here this we're looking in, this when we go to work with web mobile application, then it will come at some point specifically when we so don't want to be just monkey tester, it will take a couple of months, and after you want to go deeper, you want to explore more and do something more technically interesting job. So at this point, you will not escape CSS3, for example. So then it's a collection of specification sets that offer large number of new features. So the searches like backgrounds and borders, so CSS transformers, it included 3D effects, or we're talking about CSS animation or CSS transition. So we also talk about web animation, and not just simple Flash. So because Flash, this don't go well with Apple product. So, but we still can do some animated web banner with CSS3. So, and here we're looking, this when you, oops, man, what is it jumping today? Every time you will see word API, I want you to get over the fear of this word, or this I was thinking last time, so right, maybe I not explain you well enough, so then you was little bit scared of this word, so and confused. Okay, I give you another example, and I hope this it will break through this, because I think it's like simple as possible. Think about, we talk about framework as a library. So as this concept was clear, nobody asked me again about frameworks. But when we come to API, this whole messaging things, point between all these libraries, it's like, okay. But think about, you go to the library, so each book in the library have some content list. In this content list, you have multi-points, so what kind of chapter or what description of something, so explanation of something, page, I don't know, some so-and-so. So this content list is pretty much your API. All these listed items in content, it's a special string or whatever function, so that, you retrieve to get right information. Is it clear, or we still need to talk about? Give me some response, guys. And my computer shut down right there. So is it now you understand it better? So what this API is? It's pretty much like a universal content, you know, this then your search base where you can find not just certain book, but inside this book where you can retrieve the right page with information that you really needed. So when we talk about web mobile technology, and actually not just web mobile, but today web mobile technology, so you will see this word API everywhere. It's just content pieces, so that pull from different levels. So this right now we talk about graphics. So this at this point, timing control for script-based animation, so it will be API. So, you know, this, I want you this, then you will break through this API things, and maybe somebody get interested, because it's very exciting job without to use user interface, without to go to GUI, which is not a GUI anyway, but UI. So, but so, and you know, it could be interesting for somebody to work. So how you can really optimize in a short period of time, get a right content and right point from this content, chapter 5, whatever, page 33. So, and you know, retrieve this to check this with developers, so then developer use exactly right book, so this right blog to build something customized new. So maybe, I don't know, this, you know, I was never understand this until lately, and now I starting like get a taste of it and really so urged to learn more about API by myself. So this, and actually proceed this direction. Okay, so we proceed with graphics right now. So the next point, it will be fonts. If you have a time, I really just would like you go guys to Wolf, so that it's a web open font format, and see this how many fonts is available. And actually this, you know, we have exercise in college, so last year, so then you can, but it's, you need to use Adobe, so then actually you can transfer any of this customized font if it's not available by in Adobe library, and you know, just create something or combine some of these fonts and create new. Actually very fun exercise, can tell you. So we're talking about graphics related to full screen. We have special full screen command, so using API as usual, so to let web application request and detect full screen display. We're talking about screen orientation, so my favorite word is accelerometer, but we also have some special part of API, so special function, the screen orientation function, that can lock orientation on your screen, on unlock, or you know, this make rotation of your screen and things like that. Specifically when next year, so we're expecting this new devices coming on the market with flexible display. So this, you remember this OLED screen with Zoom from Samsung? So I don't know I mentioned this or not, but I encourage you to look this on YouTube. So it's very exciting, you know. They plan to distribute the first devices already in January, February 2014. So when we continue with graphic, naturally we cannot escape 3D graphs API and HTML5 canvas called WebGL. And continues, the next point, it will be multimedia. You know, this, we're thankful to HTML5 when we got this new special tags, video and audio tags. And but it's much more in multimedia than we can look through, such as media intent, like locally or remotely stored content, or we're talking about network service discovery API, then all the DLNA services. Okay, what this example could be? Just thinking, when we refer, you know, this from network, with tracing some point, we can compare this with bookmark, yeah, with tracing point, so integrated DLNA, so then we can go to shortcut to our webs. So capture and record. As usual, so then we will talk about, so this markup-based mechanism to access capture media content. So this using attached camera or microphones. So which very common feature on the mobile devices. So we have this, and we need to check, and we create test cases around it. We have web real-time communication working group. So then it's a stream from camera and microphones. The best example Is anybody have already on their phone Vine application? No? It's called like this, Vine. Oh, it's not like this because it's a Russian. Let's change this. Vine.com. So I think you will have fun with it, guys. Yeah, okay, somebody already have. So then it's a best example of web real-time communication. And actually, again, this new technology is like already pushing forward. It's funny to say for me every time new technology because in Europe, this technology is available and recognizable since 2009. But we still, in United States, we're still behind it. So, but it's a noisescape, and the next year we're expecting like massive viral spread of augmented reality application everywhere. So, and it will be also this straight related to web real-time communication. Okay, so next, I need to like little bit hurry because I was like next, and I'm number 3 only out of 12. So we're talking about device adoption. We have device description repository, and again, it's using API. We have media capture stream API, CSS media queries, and CSS device adoption. All these scientific words don't tell you anything today. So, and you can skip it as a slide or, as a learning portion of you. But when you come back to to real life, when you actively start looking for a job and get your first job, so, and it will be point, when you will hear this word, it's like, my goodness, I remember then somewhere I heard about this something. So let's come back to online presentation to get more clue what is this all about, and I can explore and find information on Google. So why I don't want to overload you today. So, but the point is then I want to give you so much clue and keyword for your further search. So when you come to the real field. So because right now for you it could be just empty words and empty letter until you come to the real job and they will ask you or give you some task, then you have no clue where to start. So then you will take this presentation as your cheating sheets again to come back. Then somebody give you hands and back and support, so then you get started and survive. So we're talking about forms. Oh my goodness, it's one of my favorite subjects. It's why I illuminate 5 or 6 slides, because I don't want to, just talk about this too much. So because we need to proceed to more serious things. But I think we already covered this. I hope you remember about form factor. It's literally this how devices can look. So we're talking about Taco Bell, gaming console, candy bars, a touch screen. Most popular now we talk about wearable devices. So this we have devices that so will be flexible very time soon. And this all is this go through the web application adjustment as well. So this how code will be created, how this flexible parameter must be established and linked so between HTML5 and JavaScript and CSS3. Oh, yeah, here's some example again. This it's your start point. So this I have just a slide for your info and not then we go through this like, deep. So user interaction. We have touch event in the DOM, so document object model. So you just need to remember DOM, so because it's come very often in descriptions. So we're talking about user interaction like mobile device responses. These days, we talk not just about phones itself, but think from gaming console interaction. So how many haptic, tactical touches you got? So this new special things. Anybody heard about Disney's new invention? Then they create some kind of puff technology, this then create some special environment in the room, so then you can feel a lot of different things, like somebody push you, touch you, so blow in your ears and things like that. So, but in this simple point, we talk about web notification and speech API community groups, so this recognition of speeches. We talk about mobile device response from a point of accessibility. It's a very good point, because many people don't think about people who handicaps or have some disability, but a lot of apps implemented this feature. So for hearing impaired, visually impaired, we have a lot of apps for this, for those group of people. So data storage, it's like simple things, but you need to get this like more complicated. Web storage is understandable, but inside, think about web storage like a huge encyclopedia, and inside this encyclopedia, you have huge content with, it's maybe like 1,000 pages book. So because we have some special, chapters, special, I don't know, this themas, so that specify like file reader API, file writer API, file system API, and things like that. So yeah, index database API. All this keyword, then again, yeah, we have some special portion of this encyclopedia, then we'll talk only about some security management, so security cryptography API that will be involved in all this storage, encryption things and whatever. So personal information management, it's a simple one, calendars and contacts. Again, it's just a small brochure, we can say. So very simple one. So, but there's some security code as well. But it's not limited, because these days we also, you remember every time you like download something, then it will ask you, hey, can I use your GPS? Can I use your location? Can I use some major function of your phone, so have access to your contact base, tra la 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 la. So you never like read this. More likely people just automatically click yes just to get installation start. So, but it's a lot of real and virtual worlds is involved. So this we have GPS, accelerometer, light detector, microphone, camera, thermometer, so altitude things, and so pressure things, whatever. Okay, so sensor and hardware integration, the best example, it will be near field communication. So because through this feature mechanism, again, you have access to like your brother or sister or whatever, so third part library, another one, so and it's another level of communication. So then you can check time and attendance and physical access to another so website, and secure not just mobile but PC log, so cashless payment, loyalty memberships, and things like that. Network, oh my gosh, so it's a like very sensitive subject because it's take always so much time. So in simple word, this I just highlighted some of high points. Then again, you need to know by the end of the class. So, but if we do not talk about this today, then it will be raised more questions when we go deeper inside specific of mobile testing. So it's why this it will be all for your review. But with this part of this huge network libraries will be XML HTTP request. So we have cross-origin resources sharing mechanism to go through. So and it's when we go through the some of you already request network stack protocol example. I have like 3 or 4 example of it, and I promise you guys, so then I will give you at the end of our class, because at the end of our class you will at least understand what you read. So right now I think I will scare you if I give you these files. So I know I already scared some of you just by giving these files. So try this. Maybe we just skip it. Then it's there. Then rescue team is on the way. So you will need it in case. So if somebody, if you lucky one or not, I don't know. So we'll get job in some working with native application, working in industry that create new devices, startup or established one, doesn't matter, or you go straight for multi-companies that work with some kind of hardware or like semiconductors, some chips. So, and it's still mobile related. In this case, you will not escape this network's API and protocols. So if it's really like where you want to go, so you have a choice to go, then you should come back to the slides and read this through and get more information through the internet about this. But if you get lucky and you go just proceed for manual testing in some web app or whatever, some application level, software application level, so do not worry about this, because more likely you will not get this through. So it will take you a couple years before you really come to some heavy load of networks protocol testing. Okay, so communication and discovery. Beyond communication of online services, we have also communication between user, and it also could be not just on voice level, audio level, or graphical level, like video conferencing things. So you can also exchange some package of information, and it should be tested as well through the messaging API. We have post messaging, but so this, yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. Okay, so I already mentioned we have this web real-time communication working groups, and it's peer-to-peer connection, and we have P2P, which is a peer-to-peer audio and video streaming, where you can transfer your information directly to the person device. So, but more likely it's a new technology like augmented reality platforms, so where you can stream this, or this gaming platform as well. So this way you can multiplayer, so online multiplayer, so this games where you can play simultaneously, like 100 people or whatever, or group of people, and chatting at the same time and talk and hear each other. So packaging. Yeah, this experience of application is linked to how the user perceive the said application is available permanently, so offline, or this, this part of how it's distributed. Like when we streaming movie, we have different options. So sometimes, and most of the times today, it's fetching, streaming ahead. In case if it's something hopping point happened, and you will go offline maybe for a couple seconds, maybe for a couple minutes, but as an end user you will not see it because your movie is always fetching ahead. So at least like whatever, 30 seconds or something. So it depends on the speed and what kind of movie, heavy load or not. Is it just YouTube, whatever thing? Yes. So. But most of the time you will not experience some break or stop of the movie. But yeah, it always depends. Oops, what am I missing? Yeah, so this is exactly we're talking about HTML5 application cache that enable access to web application offline. So through the definition of manifest of files. So this, this files. Best example, again, skip all these professional words. You all know about temporary files. So then you always can go kind of to previous history before you clear cache, clear history, so that your cookies will guide you so back this way you come from, like 3 to 4 steps. Depends on the browser. Some browsers show like 15, 20 previous website and you open. Okay. So performance and optimization. I mean, it's like high point. Maybe it's not, this for manual testers at all. So because we will talk about some tricks, how you can trick the system, because manual test, performance and security testing is very hot spot right now, but not too many companies have tools or, have a knowledge how to proceed with this testing. So we have a lot of specific delay, so why we cannot perform performance testing specifically on automation level. So as you remember this, I give you this list of helpful info. some of this, it's very useful info, then you can just go straight and play with this helping apps. So then we can create some manual performance testing. And I know a couple guys who just got a job just thanks to this helping apps, because they brought it up. So hey, I have solution for $2.99. So we can implement it and we can create test cases around this. Like, wow, really? So we can make a check mark, then we have some performance testing on our apps. Wow, great. So you're on board. So think about this. Okay, this one was not necessary. Okay, I will skip this. I have also like a lot of, as usual, you know, this create some helpful resources. Again, we all learn individually this. We all have some point, then, you know, we want to get information more complicated or in more easy. It's why this, I try to, at least for my class on campus, always create some helpful resources at the end, and always give some interesting slide and you can use in your interview, just or it's maybe will give you some visual representation of architecture and of some operating system. So then it will help you to talk about this during the interview. So you can go through this to check more information about HTML5, so the difference between HTML5 and native apps, or just, you know, templates of HPQC test cases. We will go just through this. It actually will be objective, so in the next couple of weeks. So check this, and if you have question, you know where to find me. So here there's like more special tables. So what is the difference between web and native, and some stats, because sometimes, you know, this could be helpful, because when you don't know what to talk about, so you can pop up this, you know, these things somehow pop up from your head. It's like, oh, by the way, I at least know why we should have a web mobile application, and why we just go for mobile application. So because it's a 3 billion industry, ta-da-da-da-da. So, and you can tell them some number. So that's what happened. Then it's a much more response if so these people try to search and purchase something on mobile apps or web, using web mobile apps. Ooh, yeah, it's a, I was surprised myself then to be on time this time. So, but it's pretty much then what I want to bring you today. So, in again, do not scare off all these scientific things, because we just cover, you know, just like a general introduction in the subject. My objective was to show you then web technology is much more deeper than just to work with user interface. Yes, it will be beginning for most of you, for 90% of you. So, and you don't need to scare off all what I brought today in the air. So, because I give you full picture. So some of you will never come to networks. Some of you will never do anything with multimedia files or whatever. So, but to know about this, I think it's one of the must things. I'm lost. Oh my gosh. Katya, you scare me too, because you lost every time I'm talk. So I feel like kind of useless for you. So, let me see if I can help you, because again, what you need to get through today, understand today. So what kind of type of application we have in the market? It's a web mobile, web, so this mobile native and hybrid. It's a 3 major types of mobile application that we work. Any homework? Somebody's urged for homework. Your homework as usual. So my part is easy, because I'm kind of try to teach you theory, not overload you with practical exercise. We will do exercise. Don't worry this, because now when we come through all this straight theory point, so I have some 3 or 4 lessons straight where we can go through the practical example. So just to try, I will try to teach you to see things how I see things. This, to open a page and see the bug, and not 20 of them, but just like 2, 3. So because it's always common in a certain place. So, and as today, if we come back to all these pages, so you can probably put on hold and skip all this I told you about web mobile technology, because it's your shortcut, your cheating sheets when you start work. So, but before, so from slide 1 to slide 32, you need to review all this information. If you have any question, you need to ask me, so on Skype or through the email, because so if you do not understand from slide 1 to 32, something is going wrong, then we need to like immediately fix it. Okay? So it's the main things. Then what is your homework for today will be for next week. So, and I will try to work on your file. Just remember, I encourage you again, it's from different perspective, from psychological to cover more questions than I can give you in 10 hours. So I encourage you to write question on our collective email. So this, I'm a little bit behind, but I will try to answer this question. So you all have access to this email. You all can just open so private email from other people who ask question and see the answer, because we discuss the answer in each email. So you can copy and paste and create your special whatever cheating sheets or special helpful folder, whatever you name it. So how you can use this information for good. Okay, so let's stop recording.